Ah, fellas, let's go. Today was a great day. Man, I feel pretty good. I will say I'm really, really sore. I was hack squatting. Was it yesterday? I guess it was yesterday. Or maybe the day before. I can't even remember anymore. But my legs have not felt like this in a long time. That's probably because I've been avoiding squatting. But now they hurt and they feel really good. Now I'm like, I feel good about leg day. Leg day is cool. If you do it right, leg day is cool. Like I was squatting a bunch before, and then I just like hurt my knee, and then I'm cooked. Then I'm cooked for like 2 weeks, and so I kept repeating that pattern because I'd be like, oh, it's leg day, let's squat. Everyone wants to, squat a bunch of weight, and then I ended up, I don't know, this knee's been bothering me, so felt good today. I guess yesterday to just hack squat. I did some other stuff like leg press, but I didn't squat, so that was good. But my quads are feeling good. My chest is like kind of recovered. We took a recovery day today, so that's something new for me. I'm always like wanting to do more, wanting to do the most. Work out 7 times a week. Obviously, like really 6 days a week, and then 7 days a week I rest. But now I'm like, okay, let's do 2 rest days. And obviously, we're not resting because we're doing 75 hard, so we're still like walking and running and stuff. But it was good to have a rest day. I walked and then I did the bike for like 45 minutes. So, no, sorry, not the bike. What did I do? I did the treadmill on like 10 incline and then did like 3.5 speed, 3.5 miles an hour. I don't know, but it was good. So, everything there was good. But one thing I had on my mind today because I was kind of looking at my whole progress because this today actually I was like 3 or 4 days ago I was like 161, and then I started like doing 1900 a day, 1900 calories a day, and I started like changing up my diet and like eating more carbs. So I think I got like some glycogen stuff going on where it's getting filled up and then emptied, and so my weight is fluctuating. So I'm like down to I weighed in this morning at 156.2, which is crazy. Like that is so light. I don't even know if I want to cut anymore. I do because I want to look good. The goal is to like get 10%, and then we'll maintain from there. See how we go. See how things go, and then go from there. But what was I saying? What was I even telling you guys? The point was I was looking at my progress from back when I was 210 pounds to now. Now I'm 156, and I've really made so much progress. And that progress came from one thing. So when I was going into my final senior, I was a super senior in college. So going into that super senior semester, just one semester, I took a trip to Europe, solo traveled Europe for that summer, and then I came back to school to finish out this last semester. So this last semester is what transformed the whole thing for me. And so I get back from the summer and I've been gone in Europe solo traveling. Like I was so like removed from all of this, my whole college experience, like fitting in, fraternity, all this kind of stuff. I took that summer away and just focused on myself, solo travel. So when I came back, I was just different mentally. I was so different. And I started like really focusing on the things that mattered because I knew my time was winding down. I didn't know what I was going to do after college. And I was a little bit stressed out about it. So I was like, and I wasn't really in that good of shape at all. I was in bad shape, to be honest with you. And so I was like, you know what? We need to lock in. Like it's time to lock in. We're already kind of getting away from the crowd. Like we're not really doing what the rest of the people are doing. Like let's lock in. And so I chose to. I was sitting one day like I don't know. I went to Ole Miss, and so there's something called the Grove, which is sick. If you're interested, check it out. But I was sitting in the Grove, like I remember, like I was doing some work, and I was like, you know what? Like I was like fired up that day. I was like, I want to sign up for a marathon, and I did. Right then and there, I signed up for a marathon. It was like my first week. I came back to school, and then I had the whole semester starting like a week later, and so from then on, I signed up for the marathon. I told myself I wasn't going to drink. And those are the two things that I told myself I was going to do. And so then I went and I trained and I grinded. And keep in mind, I was not a runner at all. Like, I could maybe run like 3 miles, like nothing. Like 3 miles, as in like probably 30-minute pace. Like, I was not a runner. But I was like, you know what? I really want to challenge myself because it's time. It's time to actually lock into something. I was fired up. I was like getting away from all this college crowd stuff. I was like, I want something harder in my life. So that's what I did. I trained 4 days a week and I literally like had so much progress running and it was awesome. I loved every minute of it, even though some of the runs sucked. A lot of the runs sucked, once you get into the long miles. But I had something happen to me. So I ended up having some truck problems and I had to start running in a new spot. So normally I'd run the trail. It was 3 miles this way, 3 miles back. So like that was my route. And so like I could just run back and forth, and I could get a bunch of miles in. But this time I didn't have a truck. So I ran in my neighborhood, but my neighborhood was really steep. Like it was either really downhill or obviously really uphill, depending on which way I'm running. So that's where I trained. Little did I know that is terrible for your knee. You don't want to run like on high inclines for a long period of time if you can avoid it. Like doing hills and stuff is good if that's your training, but like if every single one of your runs are up and downhill, it's not good. So I didn't know that. And so all of a sudden I started getting a bunch of pain in my left knee, my IT band stuff, and my ego got ahead of me because I was like, you know what? Like I played football in high school, and a lot of time you're taught that like pain is temporary, but a lot of the pain you deal with doesn't prevent you or stop you from completing the workout or completing the run or finishing the game out. Like you can still finish those things out and finish strong even though you're in pain. But there's obviously a fine line between being injured and being in pain. And so my ego got ahead of me. I was injured, but chose to just keep going because I obviously had the goal. I told people that I'm running the marathon, and not that that was like super important, but when you tell people you're going to do things, like you want to honor what you say. And so I ended up hurting myself, and I was like running. I was trying to do a 20-mile run, and like mile 15, I just pretty much collapsed, and my knee, like it was just this whole ordeal. It was terrible and really devastated me. I ended up not running the marathon. But I tell this whole story because through that whole moment, that whole journey of that semester of training 4 times a week, keeping my diet right, not drinking. Keep in mind, I bartended like every single weekend for that period of time. And so I was always around alcohol, and like it was hard not to drink, to be honest. But once I had that goal in mind and really saw progression in my running, then I was able to truly lock in and just grind. And that's what I wanted. Like I would wake up every day excited to run because I knew I was getting closer to my goal, because I wanted to run a marathon so bad because I set my mind to it. And so, guys, I tell this story because I'll share the story because maybe some of you guys can hear what I just said and think about having a challenge in your life like that. And I personally think it should be a marathon. That marathon training taught me so much more than I've ever been taught about, like, and working out by myself or football workouts or any kind of high school workouts or anything I've done on my own. Like, training for a marathon teaches you discipline, teaches you consistency, how to stick to a diet, how to just tone out all the noise, focus on your goals. Like, it's cool. It's really, really cool. And I'm going to go and do another marathon this year. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm going to run a marathon this year. Now it's in writing. It's on video. It's happening. So I don't know when that is. We're working on getting my knee 100% back together. Right now I was really just focused on bodybuilding, and like I'm on a cut right now. So as I explained earlier, I'm trying to get to 10% body fat. Once I like look how I want to look, I'm going to stay there. That's when we're going to start ramping up the running, and yeah, we're going to go from there. But I really challenge you guys, like, think about a challenge like that you could do. I think it should be running a marathon. But some kind of challenge like that where you really need to stick to a plan, stay disciplined, and go all in. Because that's what changed my life, 100%. I am a completely different person than I was before that trip I took. Even before, like after the trip, but before I committed to the marathon. Like once I started training, I was like, all right, we're doing this. And guys, keep in mind, the main thing I haven't even talked about was the fact that my entire body changed. Like I was overweight, and then like if you would have seen me towards the end of my training, like I mean I look somewhat like this still, but like I was really overweight coming off of that summer, and then after grinding for like I think it was like 3 months, and then I got injured. Like night and day, completely night and day. If you guys are interested, look at my TikTok. Like I pretty much you can see it there, but that's what started my fitness journey. And then, I mean, I'd worked out like many years before, done the whole high school lifting stuff, but like this is what turned me into a different person. And then now I graduated, moved, and now I'm like, now this has got me into bodybuilding. Now I'm so focused on my goals and everything I'm doing with my body, my diet. Like, I'm dialed right now about my physical health. Like, it's crazy. I'm kind of a freak about it now, but I love it. And I cannot wait to get back out there and start running more. You know, my main thing I'm focusing on is just sticking to being healthy, letting my ego go away, and just focus on doing what I know will move the stick a little bit further and a little bit further. So eventually, you know, I can get here, start running again, train for the marathon, and yada yada. So that's my goal. But seriously, guys, I challenge you. It changed my life. I know it can change yours. If you guys ever need any advice on how I did it or any help, any inspiration, seriously, like I'm here for you guys. So if you guys ever want to reach out, like I'll be more than happy. I'll sit here and talk to you for an hour about what's going on in your life. Like nothing would make me happier, to be completely transparent with you. But that's my rant for the day. Not sure what we're going to talk about tomorrow, but this will kind of be the way the videos go for now. I kind of like it. It feels a bit more personal. I can tell more stories to you guys, and you guys get to learn more about me. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys want to leave a comment about anything you want to see or you want me to talk about anything, feel free. But I appreciate you guys watching, and it's going to be a good day.